So this is probably the leanest I've been without doing a specific diet, just through marathon prep, which is, we're in the last week. We're in the taper. We're in the final week of the taper, moving into the Austin Marathon this Sunday. We are officially 5 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're officially 5 days out from the first marathon of the season, the Austin Marathon, in an attempt to qualify for the Boston Marathon. It's a sub 3-hour marathon, a 6:50 minute per mile pace. Will I do it? That is the question. So in today's video, I'm gonna be doing two things. Highly requested, actually. First off, I'm gonna walk you through my pre-run mobility stretching routine. The thing I do every time before going for a run, whether that's a 4-mile run like today, or a long Sunday 20-mile run. So I'm gonna walk you through exactly what that is and what I found helps me feel great going through that run. And then I'm gonna talk about, in my opinion, the best treadmill that you can get. Now, I will preface this by saying that NordicTrack sent us this treadmill 3 months ago, and the entire team here loves it. We've put it through a solid 3 months of training. It's probably been used every single day. It's taken a beating. I've used it a lot, but I absolutely love it as opposed to other treadmills that I've used. So I'll talk about some of the features, and then I actually have a workout today I'm gonna do on the treadmill because it's absolutely shitty outside. Now, my final week of training, final week of the taper moving into the marathon this weekend. Yesterday was Monday. I had a 4-mile run plus some sprints. Today is the same thing, 4-mile run plus some sprints. Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow, Wednesday, is completely off. Thursday is a 5K, super chill pace. Friday is completely off. Saturday is just a 15-minute shakeout run. And then Sunday, well, Sunday's a big day. Sunday is the marathon, 26.2 miles. That I'm gonna absolutely smoke. I can't even begin to describe to you how much of an itch I have for Sunday's run, how excited I am, how much I just wanna kill it. Now, I'll talk after the video, my mindset going into this, but I cannot wait for Sunday. Can't wait. So the first thing I do is I start with foam rolling, then I move into some stretching, just like passive stretching. So foam roller, any type of foam roller really works. I'm just focusing right now on the front of my quad a little bit and my IT band. So I'll just roll this out for a brief second. I do like a short roll before I run, but I really focus on most of my rolling post-workout, post-run. So like post-run, my recovery has been super important, obviously with high mileage for this prep. It's ice bath, and then compression boots, and then rolling, and then stretching. I've been doing double the recovery this week in the taper. Next up, this is the most important for me. If I don't do this, like I shit you not, if I don't do this movement, I typically end up spraining an ankle. So I've always done this before runs, before rucks. I will just roll the ankles very briefly, just get them loosened up a little bit. And then after I roll them, both of them, that's all it takes, is just like a few rotations, and I'll go into stretching my calves. Now my calves get really tight, and if I don't stretch them out before I run, I'll feel those the entire way. So I'll just get in this position right here, and make sure I have my shoes on before I do it, because if I don't have my shoes on, I can't get a good grip on my foot, and I can't get the best stretch possible. So we've rolled the quads in the IT band, I've stretched my calves, I've rolled my ankles. Now I'm just gonna passively bend over and just get a good little stretch in my hamstring. I'm not gonna do anything crazy, but just roll over passively and let it open up. Now probably my favorite one is just open up the hips a little bit. And this has been my favorite one I've done throughout this prep. So I'll either use a wall or I'll use a beam on this cable machine, and I'll just put a little bit of pressure on this knee. I feel it right here in my glute, around my hip area, and just put a little bit of pressure, and I pull the ankle back, push the knee forward, and that feels absolutely amazing. Now onto the treadmill portion of this video. Like I said, I'm gonna preface this with saying that we're giving this treadmill for free. This is the NordicTrack X22i commercial treadmill. They sent us this treadmill. We've had it for, like I said, 90 days. We had the opportunity to experiment with it. But regardless, we are going to, and I'm going to give a very unbiased review of this machine right here and everything that it's capable of, everything that I personally use it for. Now, if I have the opportunity to run outside, 100% I'm gonna run outside and I'm gonna thoroughly enjoy that. I love running outside. Treadmill is not my favorite thing to run on. However, if it's like crappy outside, if it's raining, or I've been using the treadmill a lot for tempo workouts during marathon prep, I've been loving it, and the entire team loves it as well. Now, if you follow the link in the description of this video, you can save $150 on this treadmill right here. And if you do use that link and you save that money, it does benefit myself and the Bear Performance Nutrition team here at the warehouse. With that being said, you can get this treadmill as well, financed, 0% interest rate for 39 months at $74 per month. Got to say that stuff, it's required, and it might help you guys as well. Now the treadmill itself, the NordicTrack X22i, like I said, I love running outside, I do, but if I have to use a machine, this is what I'm going to use. I've used so many treadmills in the past that they suck, they really do. Pros of this one right here, stability wise, it's super thick and super well built. I mean, it's super stable. And I'll talk about one of the cons that I found, actually, me and the team found on the bottom, that we'd like to see improved in the next piece of machinery. But it also has this thing built into it called iFit. Now iFit, it's like a personal trainer, and the cool part, it comes with a heart rate monitor as well. So you can use the heart rate monitor during training, and the machine will monitor your heart rate during that workout. Some of the workouts that are built into this are like I can go in here, and in the iFit, which is like your online personal trainer, I can choose courses all around the world to run, and based off like the geography, the topography of that run, it will adjust your pace and the incline of the treadmill as you're going. And I can actually go in here and build a route as well. So I could go in here and I could build the Austin Marathon in the maps, and when I'm running that route in the maps, it'll adjust based off the elevation on the maps through the treadmill, which is super cool. So there's a lot of options you can do. I personally really don't use those. I just hop on here and run. Like today, I'm gonna do 4 miles on here at like an 8 mile per hour pace, which is very chill. But I do like using it for my tempo workouts. If I do a tempo workout, I wanna remind you guys, increase the incline by like 1%. If you increase the incline by like 1%, it will mimic running outside. And for tempo workouts, you can find like a conversion chart online, and that's what I do. Like if I'm running a 6:25 tempo pace, well, I'll put it at like a 1% incline, and it's like a 9.6 mile per hour pace. So you can establish your mile per hour tempo run with just like a quick search on Google for that conversion chart, and it'll tell you at what incline to put your machine and at what miles per hour to set it at. Those are all the pros that I enjoy about it, and that's what I use it for. And like I said, there's a con, right? So come over here. All right, you guys see this right here? Now, I understand why it's built this way. It's like you ever go to a restaurant, you know, you're eating out to eat at a restaurant, and one of the legs is a little shorter than the others, and it's rocking back and forth, and it's the biggest pain in the ass. Well, this happens with this treadmill with a lot of use that you have to keep in mind. Now, it has like the swivel legs that you can adjust based off of like any imperfections on the floor or to keep it level. But if this is not perfectly level and this becomes loose or too tight, we found that after like a bunch of uses, it becomes too loose, so you want to check it. If one leg is looser, imagine that being like your restaurant table where it's a little wobbly, and this thing will completely rock and throw you off. Like it doesn't feel right. So before you hop on the treadmill for your run, if you get this one, make sure that all the legs are touching the ground, they're tight, the base is solid, so that like you're not wobbling all over the place before you step off on that run. The only con that we have found so far.
know, with trying to qualify for Boston, there's a lot of factors that go into training. Some of those are really long, slower runs. Some are, fartlek runs. Some are track workouts. Some are tempo runs, like I've talked about. Now, tempo runs is the main way I've been using the treadmill. So for example, I'll have like a 10-minute warm-up jog, and then I'll have 2 10-minute sessions and 2 5-minute sessions. Each of those at a 6:25 minute per mile pace, which goes to where I was talking about setting the miles per hour at like 9.6. Those workouts are brutal because treadmill's moving, right? It's that 1% incline, and you're trying to hold that pace. Control your breathing, control your heart rate as much as possible during those time periods. Those workouts, it all comes together to help you build your aerobic base, build your speed, build your stamina, build your endurance. That's why I love, personally, using the treadmill. That's how I use it in my training.
So this prep, it's different from a lot of things I've done previously, where this is not just for completion, this is for time, right? Like there's a standard assigned to this task. And it's like, when I first started my business in 2012, my dad said this one thing, I've talked about it before. He said, you know what, if it was that easy, everyone would do it. And I think that lesson, that motto, that phrase, man, it couldn't apply any more to this situation right here. If training for and attempting to qualify for the Boston Marathon, a sub 3-hour marathon, 6:50 minute per mile pace or faster, it's tough. It's been difficult. I pushed myself very hard during this training. But my mindset going into it, with this last week of the taper, my body's feeling fresh. Like it feels good. It almost feels like I'm cheating on 4-mile runs because, a 4-mile chill run, that doesn't happen the entire prep. This prep's been a lot of hard interval workouts, long distances, a lot of miles per week. But my mindset going into Sunday's race, is that I will literally cross this finish line with everything I have left in my body, right? If I don't qualify for Boston at the Austin Marathon, well shit, I'll find another race and I'll keep doing it until I qualify. This isn't like a pass or fail. This is you will complete this and train for this until you do it, until you make it happen. That's what I'm doing to myself. And my mindset going into this race is so strong that it's it's on my arm right here. Go one more. That go one more mindset, mentality, well shit, that's gonna be carrying me through the entire race. Every time I look down at this arm as I'm running, as I'm trucking through, it's a reminder no matter how tired your legs are, no matter how much it hurts and how exhausted you are, we'll fucking drive through. Go one more, push past what you think you could have done. It's a responsibility I place on myself, and I'm gonna give this race literally every ounce of effort I have. And I will cross that finish line crawling if I have to. So I'm looking forward to it. This Sunday, I'm gonna push it hard, man. I'm gonna embrace the fucking suck. I'm gonna go one more. And I'm on my way to qualifying for the Boston Marathon.